Welcome to the Owning Your Sexual Self podcast, a place for you to listen and explore all things surrounding sex positivity. I'm your host, Rachel Main, sex therapist and educator, intimacy coach, awesome wife to my husband, Danny, board of directors member and team leader with Pure Romance, and best of all, a work-from-home dog mom to my favorite pups, Bane and Tater. After starting my Pure Romance business, I quickly learned how much sexuality education was lacking within my community and how much shame was placed on things like fantasies, masturbation, and sexual dysfunctions. I'm on a mission to make this world a more sex-positive place, and with this podcast, I hope to reach thousands of people. I'll bring real-life experiences to the surface and normalize them by offering a non-judgmental view. If you can get down with that, then tune in every Monday and let's change this fucking world. Hello everyone, I'm back. Whew, all right, sorry for having to take off last week. Well, you know what, sorry, not sorry. I had to put my mental health and self-care first. It's been a wild week, 2 weeks, yeah, pretty much. So just to give you a little insight on our life, what's happening right now, we were in North Carolina 2 weekends ago for Memorial Day weekend, visiting friend's birthday, super good time, much needed vacation. And we're sitting there on the lake, we're on our friend's boat, having the time of our lives, and all of a sudden a house comes up on the market here in Michigan, and Danny and I have been literally house hunting for about 3.5 years, solid 3.5 years, looking for houses on the lake here in Michigan. We wanted to still be close to family, still be close to friends, not too far away, but we wanted to live literally the lake life. I'm talking like wake up, you look into your backyard and there is a lake and your boat waiting for you to jump on the boat ride if you want, feed the ducks if you want, sit on your deck if you want, all of those things. So anyway, so we saw that came up on Sunday. Monday was Memorial Day. Tuesday we went to see it. Tuesday night we put in our offer. Wednesday morning that offer was accepted. Amazing. So then fast forward, had our appraisal done Friday. Everything went through. Then talking with my realtor that Friday, she said, okay, so we want to sell your current house. You think you can have it ready to go on the market by Friday? So 1 week later. So we worked our asses off all last week to try to get our house ready up for showing. Went up for Friday, and we accepted an offer on Saturday. So feeling so grateful that we not only found our dream home, but we're able to now offer our current home to a family that has been looking for their dream home, and they feel like they found it with ours. So yeah, it's been wild. Cannot wait to record in the new office space. I cannot wait for my new office. Oh my gosh. I'll definitely be posting up pictures. If you're in the Owning Your Sexual Self group, you'll see those. And on another note, I'm still recording in the same space, but it is so empty in here because we've moved so much stuff out already. So if I have a little bit of an echo today, I apologize for that. But I'm doing the best I can with the resources I got. So anyways, it is officially June. Happy June, by the way. And if you know what June is, it is Pride Month. So I wanted to use this week's episode to actually share with you a really helpful article that I came across a few months ago. And it is something that Pure Romance put out. And it is an article on how to become a better ally for the LGBT community. And I'm really just going to read through this article. I want to give credit where credit is due. This is, again, an article by Pure Romance. A few years ago, our CEO of Pure Romance, Chris Chickenelli, amazing man to follow on social media, definitely a mentor in my life, somebody that I look to frequently for guidance, advice, motivation, inspiration, all the things. And he has a child that is a transgendered youth. And so their family started the Living with Change organization. If you wanted to look that up, the website is livingwithchange.org. And again, this is a center for providing resources and education and training on how people within healthcare and how people just really within the world can help our transgendered youth and help them with anything that they need, any guidance, any resources, any support that they might need, because we know that within the transgender community, our transgendered people are way more likely to face things like hate crimes, suicide, mental health issues. I mean, lots and different terrible things that we hope that nobody has to really go through. So with it being Pride Month, I wanted to go through this article with you. And if you're someone that's listening to this today and you're wondering how you can be a better ally within this community, this is the episode for you. If this is something that you want to share to somebody else, 100% sharing is caring when it comes to this kind of stuff. I truly believe that becoming a better ally in so many different things within our life, within the world, the world is an ever-changing place, and it's so important that we continue to educate ourselves. We continue to be informed on these things, because knowledge is power, right? And when it comes to these things, especially within the LGBTQ community, like, we're gonna fuck up, right? I need you to know that you're going to fuck up. You're going to make a mistake. You're gonna say something that offends somebody, and it's going to happen. I think I just remember, so this Living with Change organization, I actually did a fundraiser for them last year, and when I was messaging people about this, I was getting responses back like, no thanks, I'm not gay, no, I don't support that shit, basically shaming me for wanting to support something like this. And of course, I immediately removed those people from my social media and from my contacts, because I don't surround myself with toxic people, bottom line. And so that was amazing. But we were able to raise over $1,500 for the Living with Change community, and that money went towards, again, educating and supporting the transgendered youth. They are based out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Definitely, again, livingwithchange.org, definitely look it up. It's an amazing, amazing organization. And yeah, so this article that I'm going through, I will post the link to it. And I hope that this, again, is helpful for you. So as I said, first and foremost, you want to be informed, right? So maybe you want to start with the basics, such as terms. Terms are such an important thing. And I think that when we're using verbiage, this is something that a lot of people get caught up on, right? Like, what is okay to say? What is not okay to say? And when I was planning out the content for this podcast, I was originally just going to post the list of the terms, but you know what? I'm not going to, because I don't think that many people will actually go through to the link and read through these terms. So I want to take the time to just read through some of these, some of the common ones that I hear. Okay. So first, to start off, so ace or asexual people are individuals who generally do not experience sexual attraction to others of any gender. Some do experience romantic attractions. Asexuality differs from celibacy in that celibates have a sexual attraction but choose to abstain from sex. Okay. Androgynous is another term that we use. So individuals who identify androgynously, they have a gender in which both feminine and masculine, although not necessarily in equal amounts. All right. Bi or bisexual people, individuals who experience sexual, romantic, and or emotional attractions to people more than one gender. All right. Then we have cis or cisgendered people, individuals who identify with the gender that was assigned to them at birth. So, i.e., people who are not transgender. For instance, I am a cisgendered female. I was assigned female at birth because I have a vulva, and I identify as female now in my current life. Okay. Cross-dressers, individuals who at times wear clothes traditionally associated with people of a gender different from their own. Typically, we don't use the term cross-dressers that often, right? That is so 80s, but hey, to each their own. I just want to throw that out there. Let's see. We have demisexual. So individuals who typically do not feel sexual attraction to someone unless they have already formed a strong emotional bond with the person. Love that. All right. We have heteroflexible. Individuals who are primarily heterosexual, but who may engage in same sexual activity in certain situations. As it is defined by the Urban Dictionary, I'm straight, but shit happens. All right. Gay men, men who experience sexual, romantic, and or emotional attractions to other men. Gender binary, the social system that sees only two genders and that requires everyone to be raised as a man or a woman depending on the gender assigned to them at birth. Gender fluid people, individuals whose gender varies over time. A gender fluid person may at any time identify as male, female, agender, or any other non-binary identity, or some combination of identities. Genderqueer people, individuals who identify as neither male nor female, but as a third gender, as both male and female, or as somewhere in between. All right, let's see. Heterosexism, the assumptions that all people are heterosexual and that heterosexuality is normal and is superior and more desirable than being asexual, lesbian, gay, bisexual, pansexual, or other non-binary sexual identities. Heterosexual people, men who experience sexual, romantic, and or emotional attraction to women and vice versa. This is also known as straight. Intersex. This was something that I learned about in my sex therapy program that I had no clue was even a thing. Intersex, an umbrella term used to describe a wide range of natural biological variations of individuals who are born with a chromosomal pattern, a reproductive system, and or sexual anatomy that does not fit typical binary notions of male or female bodies. Lesbians, women who experience sexual, romantic, and or emotional attractions to other women. Non-binary, gender, and gender non-conforming people. Umbrella terms for individuals who do not fit into traditional male and female gender categories. Includes individuals who identify as agender, bigender, gender fluid, genderqueer, and various other genders. Pangender people are individuals whose gender identity and or gender expression is numerous, either fixed, many at once, or fluid, moving from one to the other, often more than two. Pansexual people are individuals who are attracted to others regardless of their gender identity or biological sex. Polysexual people, individuals who are attracted to more than one gender and or form gender expression, but not at all. But not to all. Queer, an umbrella term to refer to all LGBTQ plus people. It is also a non-binary term used by individuals who see their sexual orientation and or gender identity as fluid. Okay, what else we got here? Sexually fluid people. While many people will experience changes in their sexual orientation over their lifetimes, individuals who are sexually fluid experience changes in their sexual orientation more frequently. Trans or transgendered people is an umbrella term for individuals whose gender identity and or expression is different from the gender assigned to them at birth. Transgendered people can include transsexuals, individuals who cross-dress or who present androgynously. Oh my gosh, that word, I cannot. You guys know. Agender, demigender, and genderqueer individuals, and others who cross or go beyond traditional gender categories. Trans men is female to male. Trans women is male to female. All right, this means that trans men would be somebody was born as a female at birth and they transitioned to a man and vice versa. So, this article, what I just read from, I will definitely post a link to this, but this is from the University of Massachusetts. And if you could tell, I was reading straight from there, straight from the definitions, because I think that is so important, again, that we are educating ourselves. We are using correct terms, or at least trying to use the correct terms. And like I said, you're gonna fuck up, right? Sometimes you're gonna say the wrong thing. Sometimes you're gonna offend somebody. Shit. And I think so often we worry about offending people that are within the LGBT community. And just recently, within the last few months, I actually offended somebody that was a heterosexual person. They thought that the language that I was using at my party was targeting them, and that they felt like they were the only straight person in the room. And that's not the case at all. In a previous episode, I talked about how I am inclusive when I'm talking about products at my parties, because I don't assume that everybody there is in a heterosexual relationship. And I think that's an important part. So number one is definitely to be informed. Number two, it says on here, is to understand identity. So you want to use people's pronouns. Typically, I found that when people Typically, I found that when people are introducing themselves and they're within the transgender community, they will introduce themselves as, I would say, hi, my name is Rachel. My pronouns are she, her, hers. Or hi, my name is Rachel. My pronouns are they, them, their, right? Or hi, my name is Ron. My pronouns are he, him, his. Okay. So typically they will introduce each other, especially if they are in a comfortable environment, or we are in a comfortable environment where they, no, scratch that. Okay, so if somebody shares with you their pronouns, use their pronouns, right? It is their name. It is the way that they want to be described, is the way they want to be addressed. We need to respect that. It is not on us to just disregard that, right? If I introduce myself and say, hi, my name is Rachel and my pronouns are they, them, their, and you continue to refer to me as her, that might piss me off, right? And that might piss somebody else off. So be conscious and respectful of the pronouns that they're giving you to use, and address them by that. And you don't want to say phrases like, oh, it's so hard remembering to call you they, or oh, fuck, I keep messing up, right? Like, just own it, move on, do better. That's all I can say. Do freaking better. And it says right in here, don't over apologize, right? It's just making it awkward for everyone that's involved. So if somebody is addressing me and I want to be addressed as they, them, their, and they're like, oh, and I was talking to her, they, and move on, right? You don't need to make a big deal about it. All right. And you want to respect people's sexuality and their gender. I think that's knowing the terms and being familiar with the terms makes you a better ally. I wholeheartedly believe that. Understanding that, and not even understanding like in a way that you feel like you need to fully understand it, but knowing that these are things, these are terms, these are real things that are happening, real terms that people are using, and it's not up to us to decide like, oh, demisexual isn't really a thing, like they're just confused, they're blah blah blah, right? No, fuck that noise. It is not anybody else's job to say, and don't feel like it when you're going through this education and wanting to be a better ally. Don't feel like you have to know all the things, and don't feel like you have to necessarily agree with all the things. At the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter if you agree or not, because people are going to do what they're going to do. We want people to, in the long run, do what makes them happy, because that in turn makes the world a happy, better place. All right. And you want to make sure that your space is safe, right? So you want to be visible. You want to let people know that you are an ally. So you can do this by attending pride events, wearing pins, showing your support to local LGBT-friendly communities and organizations. I know here in Michigan, Affirmations in Ferndale, I believe, Ferndale or Royal Oak. They are a great place to either donate to, get more information about. They have tons of groups, outings, resources available to people within the community. It is a great organization. And definitely you want to stand up against, just against people that are bullies to anything, I would hope, but specifically for the means of this episode. If you hear somebody shaming a transgendered person, if you hear somebody using incorrect terms, if you hear somebody just being an asshole, right? If you want to be an ally, stand up for that. Stand up for that. And you're going to hear this from people that are very close to you in your life. And, you just need to ask yourself, right? There's going to be some people that you're going to want to dig into this with, and there's going to be some people that you're just like, you know what? You are a lost cause, but I'm still not going to be present here and let you talk about people that way when I'm here in the room. So I think a lot of this goes towards, if you're hearing somebody that is acting a fool, I'm going to say, just trying to provide that education to them. Maybe you give them this article. Maybe you share with them this podcast. Maybe you just say, hey, I heard that you were just saying, like, you're using the term tranny, and that's really not a term that's used anymore. The correct term is transgender, right? It could be something as simple as that, but giving them the information, and then from there, the ball is in their court, right? You did your job as the ally the best you could in that moment. At the end of the day, we can't change people. We can't control what people are going to do or say or how they're going to act, but we can do our part in trying to offer that resource and offer that education to them. All right? And don't just be an ally when you're in that space, right? It's not something that you can just flip on and off. If you're an ally 100% of the time. You don't get to pick and choose when you're going to back something and when you're not. And the last thing on here is to communicate better. Do listen. Listen when people are talking about their experiences. Sometimes it's really hard to find an outlet, and it's important to show that you're there as a support, that you're there as a person for them. And the best way, again, that you can stay informed on this, the best way that you can be a support is to continue staying informed. This community is ever changing. It is constantly, new terms are coming to light. Constantly things are changing within this, and it's so important that we are keeping up with this and educating ourselves and just, again, being good humans, doing the right thing. Because at the end of the day, we want the world to be a better place. That's what we all hope for. So you can do your part in this if you choose to be an LGBT ally. I hope this episode was helpful. So again, I will share the article, and I'll also share, the list of terms is right within the article, right under number 1, be informed. And I appreciate you all listening. It is, again, Pride Month. I'm so excited. Here at Pure Romance, we have some things coming down the pipe. So on June 17th, we'll be launching a rainbow vibrator. So excited. I'll definitely post that in the Owning Your Sexual Self group. If you would like to grab one of those, you can get them right on the personal website. And we have some other fun things coming up this month. So I appreciate you all listening, and if you haven't got your swag yet, my swag just shipped today. I can't wait for my Owning Your Sexual Self tank top. It's finally warm here, and I cannot wait to rock that. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Next week, we have an interview coming up with one of my very dear friends, Denise Marsh, and we are going to talk about sexual health within the Black community, and I can't wait for you to hear from her. She also has her own podcast, which I'll share with you next week, and it's going to be a great episode, so stay tuned. Thank you all again for listening, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening today and helping me change the world by spreading sex positive awareness. If you love the show, please subscribe so you never miss an episode, and leave a review for others to see. If you want to see me on the daily, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram under Rachel Main, or check out my Linktree website in the show's bio for direct links to all my pages. You can also shop my Pure Romance store or become a Pure Romance business owner yourself by visiting pureromance.com/RachelUC. Thank you again so much. Until next week, go out there and own your sexual self.